Let's get right into the reports. All of these reports have been done in practice arc with full equipment and armaments, but without a city skin. And all of these players mentioned are the heavy hitters of our kingdom, so they're all VIP 18. So they're all like pretty big ballers. So we started off with our baseline, which is Gorgo Hera. As you can see, it didn't do quite well against Ash Suge. And moving on, we have the same rally against Eleanor Heraclius, and it did better, but it still lost. So like a 10k Sev's difference. So I think we run that one more time. Yeah, we did. And it's a similar outcome. So it's like a 10k Sev's difference. So Eleanor Hera, so far, not that great. We tried against Cavalry, and it did worse than Archers. So not ideal too. Then we have another rally, and it got completely destroyed. I don't know what happened here. It's the same rally, it's the same garrison. So some RNG is definitely involved in here. Probably the insta-proc skills haven't fired off as the one in the previous one. Then we tried infantry rally just to see how it does, and honestly, it didn't do too bad, considering it's a very like Pakal doesn't do much damage. It's mostly for the anti-swarm. So I think if you run a Tariq Pakal and you have numbers try to swarm that garrison, I think you could succeed in doing that, but it's a bit risky to do. Probably better options. Then we have Ash Zuge against Eleanor Janziska, and it was very close. But I think maybe the outcome would be better if Jan was the primary, but it's just how the gear was at the moment. You can't switch gears in Ark of Osiris. As you can see from here, you can see it. See, this is the primary, and it done great against Ash Henry. We got another Ash Herman, and it actually beat the garrison by 10k Sevs. And Herman, when he's max stacks, he really does some damage. But in the actual reality of the KVK, that doesn't really happen that much, unless you really have complete control of the field. Then sure. And the last one, and it's kind of like I wouldn't take it too into consideration, considering it had 100k less troops. But you get the idea. At least Eleanor Heraclius doesn't do great. I think I would not separate Gorgo from Hera. I think I would stick with Gorgo Hera, and then I would use Jan with Eleanor, and Jan as the primary. So these are all the test results from Arc. Now, unfortunately, I had to go on my stream where I've been in some past testings. So here we have some results from there too. So this is the first one, and I think, yeah, it's 400k T4 and T5. In the Arc Osiris, there's all T5s because we had the numbers. As you can see from here, Jan Zisk Eleanor still does quite well against the Cav rally. Pretty solid. Then we have once again against Archers, and it done really well as well. Really good numbers. And Eleanor Hera did beat Tariq Pakal quite comfortably. Okay, I did not expect this. It wasn't like that in Ark Osiris this convincing, but you can see damage matters. Against Cavs, it lost by 40k difference, almost 30k. So you can see Eleanor Hera is not that great. Okay, it did beat Ash Sherman. Okay. I didn't check the reports prior to this video, by the way. So I'm seeing this for the first time as well. That's a good report. Ash Zuge. It's pretty solid, 60k difference. Pretty solid. So you can see it's a lot of RNG involved, so I don't know what to tell you. But What I do have something in mind is her use. I still think she's a Arc of Osiris commander with the way how her kit works. Like, we didn't test this where we had troops around her, and in most cases you will have troops around her, which benefits the garrison and the marches around it. I think it's the fourth skill. Yeah. So Fire Narba allied gained 5% bonus, and the garrison has that bonus. Oh, the field actually has 10%. So definitely meta in Arc of Osiris, but in outside of KVK, I think the most use she will have is in passes. So in passes, when you use someone like Jan with Eleanor, the big downside is I think that's garrison's pretty swarmable. But in a pass scenario, you can't really get swarmed that much because there's only maximum of 3 troops hitting you. But you can get double rallied. So in a double rally scenario, and by the way, you will get the 5% damage to the garrison because you usually have troops around the pass, so you will have a constant 5% all damage buff. But when the second rally comes, let's say there's a tanking rally and the DPS rally comes this way, you will have to have your heavy hitters, like someone who's a whale, like 7 marches, come out or do an organized push to go ahead and swarm it. Ideally, you will have the whales be the buff from Eleanor, so you can nuke down the rally faster, and hopefully get it done in time. Because in a double rally scenario, I don't think she will do great. Maybe with Hera, but if you want to do strictly cavalry, I think Jan with Eleanor is the play. And another option you could use this combo is, let's say you're doing a 4-drop in enemy lines. You found a spot, and you bring your however many marches you have, and you put them in a fort. So once again, you will have the buff from the Eleanor to the field troops, where you get 10% damage, but it's only 5 troops to be fair, not that many. And the garrison also gets 5% all damage at the time. So if you want to do a 4-drop, I think it's a decent choice. And the passes, I think, is the more practical use to use it outside of Arc of Osiris. But yeah, I would not split really Gorgo Hera. I would use Gorgo Hera still. But if you want to have a calorie option, I think it definitely is a good contender, which is Jan with Eleanor. And I think that's where we stand. Now, obviously, this is all just still in pretty much theory, but we will have some pass fighting, which is going to be still like 2 weeks away, but I think we will have a chance to test it on pass 7. I think we will try to combo out to see how it was, how it doesn't work. If it doesn't work, we have a lot of support skills, maybe that could support that, but we shall see. Now, if you want to see all of the Arc of Osiris reports in action, I have put the link in the description for the stream. And don't worry, I put all the timestamps for the relevant battles, so you can check it out. And I'll put it at the end of the video as well, so you don't miss it out. And with all that said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.